until the situation where the pawn race came up, right? Let's move on and check that. So here there was the move h6. I'll just repeat this again, but I think most people remember this. Queen g4, king f7, and here came the important moment that basically decided this endgame, I would say, because Anand noticed something here about our topic of space. So I'll just show you the variation here, or I'll quiz you on the variation. You get 30 seconds here. Let's see who remembers. Same for me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, never mind. We're all here now, so no problem. Yeah, you don't have to play a5 here, Elephant. We can do that later. There is something more interesting happening on the king side. Many people got this right. Yeah, you're good students now. Everybody learned this. Gordon, Marcus, JV Namra, GM, Yugoslavian, and at Galicia and many other students found this. Yeah, exactly. Excellent learners. So let's check with Titan Chess. What was your continuation here, Titan? Now he gained space on the king side, and he knew that if black tried to trade off pieces, well, in that case, they would be lost in the pawn race. And this, I mean, maybe you would say it's not even a race, but technically it is a race, right? I have two passed pawns, and you have two passed pawns. The problem is that you gained more space previously in the game, and that's why you win this pawn race, you would say. I'm completely lost here. I'm several tempi behind. I can try something, of course, just to see how it works. Exactly. Join the Skype group. Interesting. All right. Maybe you can do that stuff later. Please go ahead. You can finish off this Titan now very quickly so that we can move on. Okay. We're just waiting. Exactly. Yeah. One pawn is sacrificed for the benefit of the other, and white wins by one tempo. So what we said last time was also that if this was if we had not had this space advantage, we would not be well off. This is like that because we were faster gaining space, and if the pawns were further down on the board, black would be winning instead because they would be closer to queening. So nice. I think we should continue now. Later in the game he benefited from a5 also. This didn't happen. Later he played a5 and he went on to win. But we should continue and look at some fresh stuff. I'll bring up my first example. This is not from a game. It's something like a training position. When did the class start? Yeah, like 5 minutes ago, Tori. So you haven't missed too much. Don't worry. We just did a recap from last time. Okay, so this is another pawn endgame. You don't need to be very skilled in endgames to find the solution here, but it's kind of instructive thing still. So you get 1 minute for this little challenge. Good luck, everybody. Let's see if you can find a way to win here with the white pieces with a pawn down, but we can take back the pawn right now, right? If you want to. Yeah, you can take on c6, you can take on c4. Okay, we have some winners here. Charles, Razorville, Darial, Elephant, Titan, Sarthak. Who else? Yeah, Rohan, Sui, Brian, Alk, and so on. Smart thinking, yeah. It's also about Zugzwang. Now it's a little connected to Zugzwang. This little exercise. Nice. More people got it right. Zachpan, Xalicia, Liukoko, and so on. Great work. Who said that pawn endgames were difficult? Not for you, at least. This was a piece of cake for many of you. And some of you went wrong, but that's how we learn also, right? Keep some flexibility there, please. So usually you would say pushing our pawns at some moment makes more sense that one might initially think, right? Pushing some pawn in the endgame. Sorry, I'm just trying to write this down. Yeah, okay. Heuristic Mind, you're one of the winners. Please go ahead, Heuristic. How did you continue here? We make a useful move. We know that this move just has to be useful for us in any pawn race. Now, if this comes up, there is some kind of pawn race. Black is in a difficult situation now. I'm like Zugzwang here by the white king, right? If I go down, Heuristic, you would of course take now, and you're like obstructing me this way. If I go up instead, you're also obstructing me, right? And you will win, exactly. You will just win the pawn race later on. So my only chance would be like to split your pawns and then try to hit you here with the king, right? But here we can easily see that the tempo gained by playing a4, it's paying off now, right? It's paying off. Yeah, you could probably play king b6 also, but for most of us, this is more logical to bring the king a little closer. So here is it simply where this extra tempo is paying off, right? Only because we have the pawn on a4, we win now. Exactly, a mixture of Zugzwang. But for me, Nicole, this is also about space now. It's also about space. Hadn't you played a4 in the first place, Nicole? I mean, you put them in Zugzwang, but you also gained space. That turned useful here at this very moment. Had we had the pawn on a3 or on a2, it would be a draw at this point. But since the pawn is... I mean, that's my way of thinking. But yeah, as long as you understand these ideas, absolutely no problem. Name it as you like. But for me, this is like a typical space gaining move. But I see what you mean. It's also like about Zugzwang and so on. Opposition also. Yeah, you could say that. Sure. Something about opposition. Yeah. What about other moves here? Yeah, we can check very quickly. If you take on c4, of course, I'm now happy to go back with the king. I'm holding my own here. You can't really enter. And if you take the other pawn, I was getting ready to do this myself. I'll use the same idea myself. And here you can see that that's the tempo that you needed. No, that's the tempo that you needed. I'm just in time to play c3 and yeah, I'm coming back and I make a draw here. By the way, if you play a3, is that the same thing? Anyone? What do you think? It's a very silly question, you will say, of course. Very silly question. Aha. We can play a4. Well, if you play a4 here, I think I just win instantly, right? Don't play that, please. So you're referring to something else, I think. c3, exactly. Okay, Darial, you can tell us. I'll click on... I thought I clicked on Darial. Let's see here if I'm coming back. Okay, you can show us Darial to have somebody showing the line here with the black pieces. Please go ahead. How do you make a draw here, Darial, with the black pieces? Exactly. We give up the pawn and we play exactly like in the previous line. And now the little move. So that's, you can see that, Nicole, that also here you try to Zugzwang me. But this time you were not in time because you were one tempo down. So that's the important tempo that we gained by playing a4, you could say. But also, like you're saying, it's very logical to play this move because black cannot not do too much anyway. All right, we'll continue. I think you're already getting my point here. This is a simple topic for you. One tempo behind, exactly. Yeah, good to see you, Queen Alapin Slayer. Let's check our next example. We are playing here. It's another training position. You can see this is definitely the kind of endgame that could come up in any game, right? White has a passed pawn on the queen side, and black has a pawn majority on the king side. But it looks tricky for black, right? Like white has progressed more. Black is a long way from creating a passed pawn, and those pawns will become even exposed to white's king. So it looks tricky for black. However, if you use my favorite topic, you will easily make a draw in this game. So let's look at it. It's a long variation, but you can't really go wrong, I think, in this variation. We'll see. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, be patient with me, guys. It's a long variation, so it will take some time. But the reward is that you get the quiz consisting of like 11 moves. Yeah, I think that's enough for us. So you get to 1 minute. You're so fast. So 1 minute 10 should be enough. Yeah. All right. If you play like that, Racer and Mexico, I'm able to go for the king side. I'll go for the king side. There will be a pawn race. Okay, hint for everybody. There's going to be a pawn race here. Charles, congratulations. You got this in like 10 seconds. We have an endgame expert here. Wow, not bad at all. There's going to be a passed pawns race, and you need to be well prepared for that pawn race. Okay? Sui, second place. Congratulations. Sarthak, you got the bronze medal in this competition. Not bad. Among so many competitors, right? Yeah, that's really, really great. And I guess there are some move orders. King c5, Chess Samurai, Darial, and JV Nambra, but that takes you longer time to hit the pawn, right? My pawn. Yeah. Nicole, if you put your king there, Zach Pan and Xalis, if you put your king there, you're exposed to a skewer in the end, aren't you? Or is my tactics, they are betraying me here? I think there is going to be a skewer there. So anyone else here? Queen A Lapin Slayer, King C7. Interesting move. But I mean, my plan is basically to go for the queen side, for the king side, sorry. So Rohan, you're probably right in that also. King C5. King C5 should be okay also, Rohan. Yeah, you're probably also a winner. We have several winners here. Also, Heuristic, Titan, and Owen, you got it. So, yeah, you're right, Lapin Slayer, you're right. Charles was fastest here. It would be crime not to give the move to Charles, who found this in 10 seconds. Basically, what's happening here is that White's about to play C6 and go this way. White can't really pretend to win the game by only on the queen side, right? Because Black could then start counterplay on the other side, right? It's not going to work because Black gets. If I play like this, I think I even lose the game. Is that right, Charles? I think you even win here. This is a very silly move. Yeah, sorry. I just want to be clear so everybody understands. This is an extremely silly move. Right, Charles, exactly. We just create our pass pawn on that side. So, of course, I will not play like that. This would only work if there was an equal number of pawns, you would say, on the queen side, on the king side. So, all right, I'm going the other way. Now White's in danger. Yeah, exactly. How is that possible? Well, you're very logical. For instance, some people wanted to play King C5 here. That's not a logical move, right? That cannot be logical because we need to take the pawn. But King B4 is going to be illegal. So that's not making sense. We have to go this way. Then we reach this situation. Let's see here. Yeah, please continue, Charles. I think all the moves are logical, which is why I like this quiz, because there aren't many second choices. So here, Charles had to figure out where to put the king. There were 3 squares, but Charles quickly noticed that, yeah, King C5 is not common sense. I agree, Sarthak. Maybe in some other board game, but not in chess. So King B4 is very logical because you can see here, if you go to B3, well, they will queen with check, right? Oh, sorry, my bad geometry. Like that, right? King B2 is illogical because then they will queen and they will skewer us. So this is important. I wrote about this, by the way, in my Endgame book. When you unleash your passed pawn, in these passed pawn races, it's extremely important to pick the right square, like in this case, King B4. And the rest is basically working. A4 immediately. Yeah, we will check that. Thanks for telling me that. We will look into that. But this is basically how the story ends. There are some tricky endgames with queen and pawn versus queen, but the h pawn is not a good pawn in this endgame as far as I know. The king has less space to work on. So I think the best plan here would simply be to bring back the king. I don't know if anyone holds expertise on this endgame, but that could be a very good move also. I guess I would play queen g5. Are you like forcing a draw here? Else I would just, okay, I see. Yeah, I think Charles is perfectly fine. Yeah, Charles makes a lot of sense by giving checks and so on. Yeah, I'm old and tired. I would probably just play king here and go back with the king. But okay, it's a matter of choice. Most moves should be okay for a draw here at this point. So, all right, we're coming back then. Anyone else? Yeah, we don't need to talk more about this, I think. Let's say it from the very beginning, all right? So Black is understanding that White would like to go c6 and king e6 and take the pawns and start the pawn race now. So if you play some passive move like king c7, I think I'm just going. I get the same situation, but in a better version. We can do all the moves that we did last time, right? But you will see what happens. Now, once we take the pawn, now White is certainly faster, right? This time Black, correct me if I'm wrong, but Black does not queen because they're like 2 tempi down in this, or 1 tempo down. Sorry, not 2 tempi. Yeah, silly thing to say. 1 tempo down, of course. If they run and so on, yeah, they are 2 tempi down because they don't make it to queen, right? That's the tempo that we need by playing a5 here. All right. Now I wanted to see the question that, yeah, we are playing c6 with White for one simple reason. We need access to e6, right, at this point. So somebody said we could also play a4 here. I guess here you mean a4. Well, interesting. Are you good with mathematics? Somebody can explain this to me. I can't explain myself. I think it's wrong, no? Because now you need one more move to take the pawn. Is that so? Because you need to go like that now. It's not logical. Is that correct? It's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. You can't do this because you need one more move to. Yeah, if you're good with mathematics, then you're good with this also. I'm not very good with mathematics, but I think I understand this. Now I queen, or is it the same thing? It's the same thing, maybe. Oh, sorry. So it's the same thing. Oh, I say I'm wrong then. So this also works. Yeah. Good thinking. Good thinking. It didn't come natural to me, but or wait a little. No, it's not the same thing. You lost the tempo. Oh, I see. So it is working because it's a rook pawn, perhaps you could say, but it's still not ideal because they gain a tempo here. I don't know what they would do with their tempo. Put their queen on some smart square and then continue. No, I don't know. It's a worse version, exactly, Sarthak. That's what I would think at least. Yeah, what would you play here with white? King h5. Is that making sense? Kind of, no, because I think that makes sense now. Now they cannot give check here because we go queen g4. Yeah, that would be like a super blunder, no, in the endgame. They could go queen e5 if they want to give check, and we play queen g5. Yeah, it's gonna be draw anyway, probably. So coach is not reading the message. Yeah, tell me. I can't read all the messages and play at the same time. I'm reading JV Nambra. Tell me. A4 not here. Oh, A4 not here. Chat. A4 after king takes A3 makes no difference. Oh, all right. I'm coming back. Sorry, I cannot. I have only 2 eyes, right? Not 10. So let's see. You're saying that. I think I understand now. You're saying that at this moment, of course, there is no difference. Yeah. Okay. That's like very, very evident that you can, of course, play A4 first and then unleash the pawn. Is that what you're saying? Or something like that? Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. How could that be? You don't need to ask me about that, right? You can figure out that yourself, that we have to play A4. There can be no difference in this case, right? Anyway, that's just a small detail. Yeah, what I was interested in hearing here was that everybody would understand that. Playing A5, it like increases our chances, no? In the pawn race. We don't have so many other clever moves here also. I mean, pushing the pawns on this side would just weaken them. Like, what could we play here? G5, for instance. I could play C6 and then play King E6, and I just get the better version. So also, maybe you could say that by playing like this, you don't lose time because white will have to do this anyway, and you get there. So, okay, are we fine? We can maybe continue. I can show you my next example, perhaps, if that's okay. So we will look at something that actually happened in the game, all right? No, this was not the game. This was just like some position that I made up from some game, though. The next one is actually a game. Let's see here in this game between Hegai with white and Nurbekov with the black pieces. White can actually win this position. It looks like the other one, right? But it's slightly different. Maybe it's the same game, actually. It's highly possible that it's the same game. Anyway, I'm interested in hearing how you think that white could win this game. My only problem is that the variation is probably not completely forced, but we will have a look anyway, okay? You get 1 minute for this. Okay. Yeah, it's not Abdusatorov with black. No. No, it's not. Yeah, if you play like that's the most logical move, Charles. But don't forget our topic today. I think now, Charles, you and me, we have discovered something here. This will lead to the other exercise. Exactly. Yeah, you're extremely clever. Aha. Sui random, interesting move by Sui and Queen and Alg. But I have a question. On which side of the board are you about to gain space? Interesting. Maybe your move works also. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I know what I will play with black. I have a favorite move here on each and every occasion. Yeah, I think some of you know the move, right? Okay, so GM, Moon, Juggler, RKDK, and Racer, you got the first move. So did Elephant and Nicole. Did somebody get a little closer? Chess Crusher and Marcus, you're closest here. G3. I think that would work also, Chess Crusher and Marcus. That looks very promising. Yeah, you can consider yourself winners, I think, if you play like that. Interesting. I didn't think of that, but it should also be okay. Yeah. Nice. Congratulations. We have at least 2 winners here. 3 winners, I think. Let's see. Where is Marcus and Chess Crusher? So, yeah, Chess Crusher, you're on. Go for it. What happens here is that white is, of course, planning to create a password on the C file. You see? But before we doing that, we can gain some space on the king side. Or you could also say we can prevent our opponent from gaining space. Same Sarthak. I played b4. Yeah. So just for your information, any other move that you will play here, almost any other move like b3 or b4, you know my answer, right? If white plays b3, sorry to interrupt you here, Chess Crusher, but anyone? Exactly, Tori. Yeah, we have learned our lesson. We will play h4. If I'm not mistaken, this will lead to the other exercise, right? If you now play c4, I think this will lead to the same thing. We will play like that. Is this somehow... No, g5 is terrible, right? We should play f6, of course, to restrict the king. Did this lead to the same thing or no? I think so, no? I think it's the same thing that we just looked at. So that's the story to your question. Yeah, then we get to the other endgame and we go with the king and we make it draw. Aha. So back to Chess Crusher. If we start with h4, we avoid this scenario. Like we gain an extra tempo, you would say, or something like that, in some way. I meant b4 after h4. I don't understand. What are you talking about in the... I meant b4 after h4. If you can explain that, I'm very happy to answer. But there are so many messages that I cannot. h4, f6, b4. h4, f6, b4. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you want to play this next move. Yeah, what does this mean? The thing for black here is that it's tricky. If I go g5, you could then move over the king, right? And if I cannot trade off these pawns, I'm dead lost, right? Which I think is the case here. Yeah, this doesn't look promising for black. So if you go b4, we need to be very careful. Anyone who would like to give this a try? Maybe we should move the king. f5. Really? That's an extremely ugly move. You think it works? I don't think so. But if you say so. Yeah, I would not. No, it's black to move here. I was thinking maybe we could just move the king, or that's not possible. Like waiting for white to make up their mind or something. Or that's not working. You want to play g5? But I just said that now. Or what did I miss here? You can take and you can bring in the king. You really want to play this with black? Yeah, so exactly. I'm waiting for them to show their cards. Exactly, Titan. If they go king c6, I'm certainly going g5 now. Now it's a different story. I'm further away. Maybe even I can win here with black, I think. Because this is also dangerous for white when you leave a backward pawn like that. You should make sure you go c4. What if king e7, g3, says Sui? Yeah, that's a good question. But now, Sui, I can maybe play g5. Because if you go this way now, I can trade off the pawns. And I think I'm playing for a win here, Sui. Right? Since I managed to trade off the pawns. I think white's winning. Not here, I guess. Or am I missing something? Whoever said that. Chess art. Yeah. What a tricky endgame. Now, I think what you will learn today, it's just one thing. Pawn endgames are very tricky. That will be your main takeaway from today's class. But that's good for us to know. We need to have a lot of respect for pawn endgames. They are really complex. So back to Chess Crusher. Let's do it. That's the problem with burning reserve tempi. Yeah, you're right. Good point, Queen Lapin Slayer. Burning reserve tempi. Interesting way of putting it. So h4. Yeah. So what will I play now? Tricky for me, right? After this move, h4. I'll play f6, I think. Sorry, where are we? h4. I played f6, and now you just stick to the plan, right? Now you start the plan that we looked at. Exactly. b3, and yeah, I don't know what to do. If I play g5, we know the story already, right? We know the story. White is now focusing fully on the king side instead. We just walk over and we take the pawns. And yeah, what else do you want me to play here? I don't know. King e7. I'll try the same medicine as last time. But I know what Chess Crusher will play against me. Okay, we will look at that, Gordon. Yeah, remind me. g4 on move 1. Yeah, remind me about that. So I think the rest is not very difficult. No, it's not very difficult. I can still not play g5 because, yeah, you can just continue Chess Crusher. Exactly. Yeah. Should I play my favorite move? But I don't think it pays off this time, right, Chess Crusher? Go for it. b3 is better than b4 because the short tempo allows it for. Yeah, good explanation by Titan Chess. All right, we're waiting, Chess Crusher. Yeah, we will come to g4. Yeah, we'll come to that. Wait for me. I'm just waiting for Chess Crusher to... Are you thinking Chess Crusher? What about a4 on the first move? Wow, you asked so many questions and Chess Crusher is like not moving. a4, yeah, you're applying our favorite topic. Yeah, let's see. Does this work? Well, a4 is maybe okay, yeah. So I should probably stay on this side now, right? Because now you actually helped me a little, right? Or no? Or white is just winning easily here. I'm not impressed anymore. Or did you calculate this already, Chess Crusher? a4 was not right. Yeah, I don't think so either. But it's an instructive mistake, I think. Or is this working? We'll see. It's a pity for you. You can't queen the h pawn, right? If you could queen. Oh, you do queen the h pawn, maybe. Oh, I see. I see. Move the king. Move the king. Chess crusher. Exactly. Exactly. Extremely clever player. Just chess crusher. And I'm getting crushed now. Exactly. Yeah. Nice. It did work. Aha. So nice. Yeah. Exactly. It is connected to the previous example. Yeah. So it seems that it's tricky because also black, like they moved their pawns a little. No, they don't. Simply white was one tempo ahead. I guess that's the tempo that we gained by playing h4 at the very beginning. All right. Somebody was saying g4 here. Yeah, that's like a really committal move. G4. If you play like that, I could maybe take and I could play f6 and I keep this in the pocket now. Now I don't think it's easy for you to win anymore because I can just sit and wait here, right? Or am I missing something? You can create your passed pawn. I will just sit and wait, and you can, or correct me if there is something better. But basically, what I will do now, I will wait for you to come a little closer, and then I will unleash my pawn. Since there are no remaining pawns on the king side, there can't be a pawn race anymore. So if somebody wins it, it's black probably. So yeah, this is like terrible for white. Maybe it's a draw anyway because you have I guess it's a draw maybe. I can't calculate that fast, but something like that, I guess you're just in time to make a draw. But that's not what white wanted from the first place. So I hope we can agree on this, guys. Is this making sense? If I ask you just for one move here, what would you play? If I give you 15 seconds? It seems we agree here, yeah. If you want to play b3, good for you, but then you can count on me playing h4. So I think it's a kind of move that both sides want. Now, how to explain this? Yeah, a lot of people got this right. Tori Chess, please go ahead, Tori. What was your move? Aha. So in a way, we are like preventing black from preventing our plan or something like that. We are enabling the h-pawn in a pawn race or something. And only after that, we will start with this business. I think this is really useful because you get to this kind of situation in many practical endgames, in some openings, in some pawn structure, like when you have 4 versus 2. Sorry, how is it? Like in the French Tarrasch, no? Or in when you have 3 pawns here and they have 2, and you have on this side, you have 3 pawns here and they have 4 pawns, if you see what I mean. So should I explain this in like in a better way? I should probably do that, right? Like if you play the French Tarrasch with queen takes d5, I mean, in this pawn structure, I mean, I hope everybody understands what I'm trying to say. If you play this line with black, white gets back the pawn at some point here, knight b3, and you play knight f6 or something like that. Yeah, sorry about missing the subtleties, but you see my point, right? If you have this kind of pawn structure on the board, later on there is a pawn trade, like these 2 guys disappear, you get basically the pawn structure that we talked about. So anyway, yeah, let's move on. I have more examples. Don't worry. This is a topic that I find very interesting. So there is more to show you here. We'll continue. Oh, queen d7. I think so too. It's that's a better place for the queen. Yeah. I see what you mean, Slayer. Yeah, interesting. More flexibility. The bishop can go to d6 and so on. Aha. Nice. All right. We are back. This is a game Krivoruchko with white, Dragan Solak with the black pieces. You're playing with the black pieces here. You're a pawn up, but you're in evident danger because you can see that white's about to take these pawns and so on. Or they can look at different move orders. Are we in danger? I think so, no? Or not? Tricky endgame. So let's see here, guys, if I can bring up the quiz. Wait for me a little. It's about Zugzwang also. Yeah, I should warn you, it's about Zugzwang. And he actually found this. Solak found this in the game. Let's see if you can find the solution here. Very entertaining endgame. Let's see. I'll play out the whole variation just for fun, okay? Just for fun. And if there are some second choices along the way, please excuse me in that case. But I think it's a very instructive endgame. Okay, I think we can stop there, right? So you have to find like 12 moves now. So I think 1 minute 10 should be okay. No stalemate, I think, Rohan, no stalemate. Yeah, I understand the move. I know everybody wants to play like that. Yeah, sorry, but it's also about, you can't pretend to keep the opposition the whole time, right? You will be zugzwanged in the end with black, okay? You will certainly be zugzwanged. Once you're zugzwanged, you're favored if your pawns are like high up on the board, okay? Yeah, this was probably very complex. Everybody wants to play b4. Okay, happy pawn, Yugoslavia and Gordon, everyone else. I like the fact that you have noticed this topic of gaining space, but it's also a little connected to, to space, actually. Sorry, that sounds very contradictory. Yeah, we will come to that. Okay, so we have some winners here. GM, Queen, Alapin, Slayer, and Viz. Yeah, I think that's okay also, your fifth move. That should be the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the silly. Yeah, of course. So your winners. Yeah, great. We have 3 winners here. But Solak put the king on a different square in the game. So, okay, go for it. Queen Alapin, please go ahead. Show us. How does black make a draw in this complex position? Yeah, great that you could find these guys in just 1 minute. Not bad. A5. Yeah, we will look at the differences, okay? First thing to understand here is that we will actually lose both pawns. White will take this pawn. Now we must, of course, not lose that pawn. And this is like, you would say, a non-mutual zugzwang, because I can sit here all day and play king h4, king h3. It's not that kind of zugzwang that you're used to, right? The one where we need to have like one waiting move and they don't have a waiting move, and like a typical opposition case. It's not like that, because I can always zugzwang you. But now look what we have achieved here. Thanks to Queen Alapin Slayer's pawn advance, black is well prepared in the past pawn race, okay? They took like that. And as always, we're saying that the move which unleashes the pawn, the move which unleashes the pawn is always important now. So Krivoruchko, for some reason, there must be some point with this, like avoiding checks on the back rank, I think. And now he starts running. And here, of course, we have to think carefully which pawn should queen here. But as Queen Alapin noticed, the other pawn is faster. If we take this pawn instead, I think we don't make a draw anymore, right? I think it's maybe winning for white now. You would have this, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but this would be winning for white, no, or not? You would think, at least. It's certainly not winning if you have if this guy is gone, but if you can bring the queen to b4, you should be winning, right? The Queen Slayer? It's a draw, says Alg. Sorry, Alg, my endgame knowledge is not that as good as yours. But I would think that I bring the queen in zigzag and then I check and I play queen b3 and I mate you on c1. It's not like that, no? Yeah, no, I'm just reading what they're saying here. White wins, right? You have to go. Okay, you can do it, Queen Alapin. You have the pawn, so. Oh, you have the black pawn. Sorry, you get the white pawn. Or somebody else would like to show me the win? Rohan, you can show me. Okay, where is Rohan? Rohan is one of the players who says this is a win, so you get the chance to show us. Go for it, Rohan. Okay, so Queen Alapin is okay. I can drink my coffee then. Thanks, Queen Alapin. Yeah, making good progress, Rohan. I think that's how it works. Don't take that B pawn, of course. We need it for mating them. Exactly, yeah. Thanks to both of you for showing us this. So not a draw. I know there are some draws with this in this kind of endgame, but probably not here, because maybe the pawn should be one step higher up, maybe. No, even then you win, right? Even then. If we say that just for fun that black played this and white, like they didn't do anything and black played b4, just like an example now, I think maybe we're still winning, right? We are doing like Rohan just did, or it's not winning. Anyone who knows this, let me know. No, it's not winning maybe anymore, because we can never take the pawn, right? So, I see. Yeah, we cannot. If we could bring the queen to b3, we would win, but we can't. Right? Is that the correct conclusion, anyone? Now it's a draw, right? Yeah, we cannot bring the queen, though. So, yeah, okay, great. Back to, but the pawn was on b5. Yeah, sure, it was, of course, on b5. I was just curious about what it changed, but it changed, yeah, everything, if the pawn was on b4. So please notice what Rohan did here, brought the queen to b4, and then there was this kind of Zugzwang situation. Black had to move the b pawn, and we made them in the end with the queen. Nice. Okay, so back to Queen Alapin. Back to business. We don't take the a pawn, of course. Exactly. We just push the pawn. So that's how it goes, right? It looks a little like the other exercise that we looked at today. So here you can see why Krivorutsku put the king on h2, because he didn't want Solak to give check, right? That's why he put it up. But this is still easy. A draw anyway, of course. 50 messages, no answer. Okay, what's the question, Sui? I'm sorry, I cannot look in the chat at the same time. Yeah, Queen a4, and we can agree to draw. Yeah, he said he can draw. Instead of a2, go b4. Instead of a2, go b4. Interesting. Oh, we can look at that, Sui, sure. You're probably right in that. I think what Sui is trying to say is that we play a3 and then we go b4 instead. And white cannot win because the king is too far away. Is that what you're saying, Sui? Okay, sorry about not reading those 50 messages. Yeah, I can imagine that you're right. Yeah, I don't hold like complete expertise here, but if I could bring the queen, if I can bring the queen to d2, I would at least try you here, Sui. Yeah, let me play white. All right, Chess Samurai, you get the white pieces. I just can't click because there are so many messages. So, Chess Samurai, you get white. And where is Sui? Sui Random gets black. Okay, Sui, we're in it for the challenge. You get the black pieces. Okay? I'm taking my coffee and enjoying the show. Please go ahead. I will beat Sui, says Reisu. But you're not even playing, Reisu. What happened, Sui? It's not the right position. Oh, I see. We will go back. Don't worry. There is a solution for everything. Please go ahead. We want to see that draw. b4 instead of a3. Oh, so this is really a draw? I'm highly surprised. Yeah, but maybe you're right. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Can't you go like in zigzag here? Who's playing? Yeah, exactly. Chess Samurai. I would do that too. Bring in the queen in zigzag. But I guess... Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I think maybe you're right then, Sui. Anyone? Was Sui right? It's a draw? Aha. Queen c4 says... And king a1. Yeah, we understand. We just give up the pawn. That's extremely clever. I see. Can I try? This is a draw. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you were right, Sui. But, okay, Queen Alapin, you want to play white? We can bring up Queen Alapin with a white piece if you like. Let's see if I can do this. All right. Yeah, I think the king should go back, right, Sui? You should not push any of your pawns. Certainly don't push the a pawn. Exactly. Some kind of triangulation. Interesting. I mean, we can certainly understand that black did not go for this in the game. Why on earth would they complicate life like that if they had a very easy way to make a draw in the game? But yeah, we get Sui's message now. I'm also a bit surprised, but maybe it works then. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that move I could find also, king a1. I guess Sui is coming back, right? Yeah, exactly. Very clever. Else you would have problems there. Yeah, sorry, one thing here, guys, just for everybody to understand. If this white would mate in 2 moves, right? You could play like that. I could say mate in 2. You don't like to mate in 2, Queen Alapin? That's my cheap tactics. You could mate like that. But of course, this will not happen because Sui played king a2 instead. I'll play next. We will have a new thematic tournament only this endgame. No, I'm joking. It would probably be too boring to play only this. But entertaining endgame. Can I try white? Yeah, I think we will have to do that. If Queen Alapin and Rohan already tried this and they could not win, or Chess Samurai or whoever it was, it's probably going to be draw, right? I offer Sui draw, exactly. I think it's a draw now. So nice. But I think we can agree that, yeah, thanks, guys. I think we can agree that that this was not ideal for black, right? What Queen Alapin showed us was way simpler. I'm coming back to the beginning now. Yeah. So if we do it from the very beginning, if you played, we will look at other moves now. We understand that we will lose both pawns. So we need to get prepared for the passed pawns race. So if you play b4, the problem for you is that this pawn will not be close enough, right? It will not be close enough. I could take the pawn, and when you get closer, something like that, it's a different story, because I can always play, correct me if I'm wrong, I can always play b3 here. And you are slower now in the pawn, in the race, I think, right? Is that correct? Can I try white? Yeah, you'll have to do that next time. We are already looking at other things. So I think white is winning here, no? Or not? We're faster now. Now it looks very much like the other endgame, but not enough now. I think Sui's endgame, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, white is like 2 tempi ahead, so we can't reach Sui's endgame anymore. White will win much earlier, of course, right? White is lost. Yeah, certainly not here. But yeah, this is not the same thing, right? A4 instead of king b3. Oh, was that possible? A4 instead of king b3. I see. No, I don't think that works. Whoever said that. I queen with check, right? Or no? I can take and I think I queen with check. So that must be completely winning, right? I have an extra pawn also. So yeah, no way. No way that can work. So I think there is a big difference. No, there's a big difference. We have to play the move a5 to gain that space and get ready to play a4 next turn. And he found it in the game. He found, how is white lost? White is never lost, I think, in this endgame. So if they go b3, I think they're just helping black, right? Is that correct? We can play a4 and we improve our chances in the forthcoming pawn race, maybe? Oh, I'm joking. Oh, Mexico says that now black's winning. Give me the pawn, says Elephant. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that we could continue, maybe, if that's okay. I looked at this also, by the way. Black makes a draw here. Yeah, how does this work? Was it like that, maybe? They take, and you can probably go for the pawn instantly, right? Yeah, since it's an a pawn also, it's an easy way to make a draw here, I think. We completed this position. Yeah, I think so too. Elephant says go back. Okay, Elephant, your last chance. What do you want to communicate to us? Something Elephant wants to say. We are listening, Elephant. B4 with the black pieces. Sure. We will. You want to play with the black pieces? I'll give you the black pieces. All right. Last thing, then we switch. Yeah, definitely. It's great with democracy, but then at some point it can be a bit tiresome also. So, all right. We're all ears. Me as white. Okay, Racer, since you're asking for this, you get the white pieces, okay? We're in democracy. We listen to the people's voice and so on. Please go ahead. Too much democracy. Yeah, probably. Overdose of democracy. Okay. Why will white not win this game? I don't understand the Elephant. Go back. But you moved already. Come on. Yeah, we need a dictator. Yeah, mouse slip. Yeah. Last mouse slip, Elephant. Last mouse slip. My patience, honestly, it's coming to its end. All right. No, I'm not getting mad. No, I just wanted to continue because I had more examples. But I'm waiting here for who is playing. Elephant. This is losing. Okay, thanks. Now show us something spectacular. Well, wasn't this spectacular? All your games. Okay, I have something spectacular, and I'm not joking. Whoever said this? Titan. Yeah, the next one is extremely interesting. Okay, so fasten your seatbelts and get ready for this complex endgame where the Grandmaster went wrong and so on. I have this in my book about endgames also, this one. So yeah, I think actually there was a mistake in all this, and I corrected it in the Chessable version also. So anyway, let's see if we can do this. We will do it in the most enterprising way by a quiz, okay? So do me a favor and try to stick to the plan of gaining space, all right? It will be completely contradictory what we will do here, but it will work. Okay, that's the main thing. So let's see who is smartest here. You need to be really smart because there are many facets in this endgame. Many things going on at the same time. Please notice that white at some point might be interested in creating a passed pawn. Okay, at some point white might need to create a passed pawn. It's going to be a long quiz. Give me just one moment and I will complete it. Let's see here. The queen should give check here, and then we should give check there, and finally we trade off the queens. In the very end, you will trade off the queens, okay? Black recently died. Sorry, this is the player who was, the cheating scandal and so on. But actually, before that, he was a completely normal player and so on. I don't know why he started with that. Back when I was playing, he was a strong grandmaster and so on, and without cheating. So anyway, I'm very sorry. The most evident move, it's not correct. I'm sorry. That's what Elvis, that's another strong grandmaster. Yeah, he played that in the game, but it's actually not correct. This you need a lot of time. I know, Queen Alapin. It's really tricky, but a good piece of advice, your first move should be similar to something that we have been doing all day here. Okay? I'm sorry. That's a natural move. King d4 on move 1 and on move 2. King d4 should be played later in this game. Okay. So is anyone even close? Yeah, this is a really mysterious endgame. Okay, HDI, congratulations. You were extremely close. Nice. So far, HDI is closest. Brian also. Yeah, congratulations, Brian. But you have heard about the non-capture, right? The non-capture. Sometimes we don't capture. This is one example. So by now you know the solution, of course. So yeah, great work by HDI and Brian. You would have found this in the game for sure. So if you had played this on the board, you would have thought for 1 second about king takes d5 and you would ask yourself, wait here, is there something even better? Okay. Anyone else getting close? Happy Pawn, you're on the right track, Happy Pawn. The problem is that I get a passed pawn earlier than you, right? So how did he cheat? Nobody. How did he cheat? Yeah, that I don't know. You're talking about roses. Yeah, no idea. Yeah, that's not really interesting for me at least. I'm more interested in the chess itself. So do me a favor. I will reconnect because the chat is very huge and it's running slow on my computer, the Chessable Classroom. So I will be right back. I'll just refresh. Okay, I won't leave. I'll just refresh to empty the. Okay, so we're back. Empty chat. Good news for me, at least. And then it runs faster because it takes a lot of time for Chessable to bring back the chat. That's what they taught me. All right, I'll just come back and bring back the example again. Give me just one moment. So, yeah, I would like to give HDI a chance to show us because HDI and Brian was also there, right? You were very close. Yeah, we will come to that. Would you like to check first? Oh, I see. Don't paste the moves, Titan, please. Please don't do that. So, can I find HDI here somewhere? Or raise your hand, HDI, or maybe Brian? Brian, I can find. Yeah, all right, Brian. You can show us then. So, Brian, notice this. Let's see. We start with a4. Extremely illogical, no? Because we always say bring in the king first. So, before we look at Brian's solution, let's check the most evident move here. King d4, I would need to prevent king c5 later, I will go b6. Everybody would like to play a4, and here comes the move which would have changed the game, which I think they did not see in the game. In the game, Rausis played king e6. Yeah, you can see he was not using a computer. Yeah, just joking. Yeah, for sure. This was a long time ago. And the game ended like this. f3, king d6. He played here king c3. He made some move. He how do you say, shuffled around a little, but then he came back to this position and he played a5. Elvest, I mean. And he went on to win this game. Here, for sure, you can see the Zugzwang situation with f4. Now, like Queen Alapin said, we should not burn our waiting moves. Now it comes very timely, very opportune, this waiting move. So, yeah, if they take, it's the same. It's a similar story, right? It's a similar story. If you play here king c6, I think we're faster in the pawn race. Is that so, anyone? Anyone who is fast with calculation? No, the other pawn is running, right? Or what? I think the other pawn is running. Yeah, if you play like that, I'll take this pawn and that guy will run instead. Yeah, of course. So that's not good for black. Yeah, everybody can see, by the way, the topic here at the very end, right? At the very end, there will be this kind of situation with, yeah, your black is not even queening, right? Yeah, black is not even queening. Yeah, but if they queened, you can see that still you would check them and you would pick up the queen either like this or like that. I hope we're on the right. We understand each other here, right? Even if they would like, if both sides queened, which will not happen here, but even if like we gave them like an extra tempo here, like we play some silly move like queen d8, for instance, we would still win because we have queen here in the end. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So back to business. This is what happened in the game, basically. But the problem is that if we go king d4, b6, a4, black could have played a5. And now black is doing our thing. They are gaining space. So let's see how this is connected. After white takes on a5 and they try to go for zugzwang with f4, you can see the problem. Yeah, I'm boring you with this, right? I'm boring you with this. But actually now black is one step closer to queening. That's our big topic, no? And also, yeah, as you can see, it looks like we're going for this pawn, but if they play something like that, we can actually switch our plans. We can go for the other pawn instead. We can go for the central pawn, right? We could play like that, and we can take this pawn instead. So I hope this makes sense. Yeah, it's tricky for me also, this endgame. So let's come back and let's go back to Brian. So please go ahead, Brian. Now we will listen to you. All right. So Brian says we should gain space first. Okay. I will, of course, fight against that plan. And now we play a5. Aha. So it looks extremely illogical to do this. However, what Brian has noticed here is that we can now wait for them to take the pawn. We will take this pawn and we will push the pawn. But there is one small adjustment that needs to be done to this plan. But please notice how this holds down black, right? This is our topic now. The a5 pawn holds down black's counterplay, right? That's what we are saying here. So, all right. There is a complete silence here. I don't know what happened. Some kind of funeral. But yeah, good if you don't talk too much in the chat and you enjoy the game instead. So yeah, here comes the moment. Here comes the moment. I think Brian is ready for this now. Brian took last time, and I was able to make a draw. If you take the pawn, Brian, I will play king b6. And I can bring the king this way instead. And I'm barely making a draw here. e4, pawn takes, and a5. Yeah, I looked at this a little. e5 and a4. And you can see that if white is not careful here, they can even lose this game. If you play e6, I'm coming back, of course. So you would have to play king d6 instead. But then I can queen, and I should make a draw in that queen endgame, right? Probably no, because I can try to take this pawn later, if you see what I mean. So let's come back to Brian. And now we have the key move here, king c5. Isn't that extremely pretty? What you can see here is that if we take the pawn, they are coming back. So first, we make them go in the other direction. And now the rest is easy, right, Brian? Now it's easy. Aha. Okay, I'll just do my best here to stay alive. But imagine seeing this during the game. Not easy, no, not easy to see this variation. Aha. So that's how it goes. And at the very end, of course, Brian is not interested in my pawn. Brian is interested in trading queens. And there is a way to do that, right, Brian? If you give the checks on the right way, in the right way. Yeah, if you do that, careful that I'm coming closer. No, I'm probably coming closer and I can make a draw. You don't have this move anymore. And if you trade off the queens on d4, I think my king is coming. So I should be able to make a draw here. Yeah, I think there is a better queen check here. Many queen checks, that's the problem. Anyone? Wasn't queen takes d6 winning always? I don't know. I mean, I will play queen d1 and I protect the pawn. Is this an easy win, Titan? King e5. Well, if you say so, I'll put my queen on some clever square like here, just making sure it can't be traded now. I think you can't trade my queen here. Is this elementary? This looks pretty easy, really. Wow, if you say so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find it very easy. You come here and I just stay, and I just make sure you can't trade off my. Oh, you want to bring the king closer? Okay, maybe you're right then. Yeah, I don't know. I would try to bring my king closer also. King, queen, king here. I would try to play king. Yeah, up 2 pawns in queen endgame. It's not up 2 pawns. It's up 1 pawn here. Or am I missing something, Titan? I'll try to bring the king closer. Yeah, whenever I blunder a queen trade, let me know, okay? You play that, and I don't know. I put my queen somewhere, like queen check first, maybe. I don't know. Queen e2, king f5. Okay, you're coming closer. Yeah, maybe you're right then. Yeah, maybe this is winning, but it doesn't look like elementary to me. But anyway, we will look for a faster way to win, to force the trade of queens. Anyone? Could you force the trade of queens? Yeah, Happy Pawn found this. Yeah, congratulations. Queen e3 check, exactly. I cannot step on this square because it gets traded and then my king is too far away. I can certainly not go. Yeah, it's traded all the time, right? I have to go that way. And now we're very, very close. Queen e2 says Alg. Yeah, you're right. I can certainly not go there. I have to go back to b3. And now we have arrived. Exactly. And we trade off the queens and we are first to the king side. So, I mean, I don't know what's your opinion, guys, but to me, it's extremely surprising that this would be the best move and not king d4. But it has to do something with space, because if you do this, yeah, sorry that I'm boring you with this, but if this happens, I will go a5. This is like really the key move that you should remember here. I go a5, and in that case, I'm always better prepared for the race. While on the other hand, if we play a4, we stop them from playing a5 by playing a5 ourselves. Would you like to do the whole quiz again? I think I can prepare it for you, just to make sure that everybody understood this now. What an interesting endgame now, and completely impossible to see this at the board. Please remember the non-capture, guys. Please remember the non-capture. You have to include that, else it's not gonna work. No. And forgive me if there is some alternative move order on the way, but else it should be pretty straightforward. Pawn race. Yeah, a lot of past pawn races today, right? Interesting topic. Let's see here. Okay. So I think that's it. Okay, you get 1 minute, but you have to do like 15 moves. So you better think fast. Okay, I forgot. Okay, no problem, Sui. You will remember. Okay, under pressure, sometimes the human brain works better. If you play that, Gordon, and in heuristic, I will play a5. King c3, what does that mean? You're slowed down in your pawn race, Darial, Chess Samurai, Alicia, Titan, and Pika. You forgot about creating your passed pawn, I'm afraid. Okay, winners, Elephant, Brian, Sarthak, Liu Coco, congratulations. You have found this beautiful variation. Who else? So, little chess player, don't let me play a5, little chess player, Kiro, Santos, and Tori. You let me play a5. You know that's my ticket to safety here, right? But I'm happy to look at any move order that you wanted to use here. Sui Random wanted to play f4. But if you play f4, Sui, how on earth will you create a pass pawn after that? That's not making sense, right? Queen Alapin, Happy Pawn, Yukoko, Yugoslavia, and Sarthak, you all got it. No? Great work. Okay, go for it, Yugoslavian. You haven't been around for a while, Yugoslavian. You can show us here. I got only 15 moves, but that's great. You will find the rest on the way, right? A4, we know the topic, gain space. But please note this is not a standard procedure. No, standard procedure was to play like Elvis did, bring up the king and then use waiting moves. But it does not pay off on this occasion. Are you playing the moves? Who is playing? Yeah, thanks. Who is playing now? Yugoslavian, yeah. Please go ahead, Yugoslavian. All right, I'm coming for the pawn. So some of you wanted to play king c3 here. Not logical, because then you don't get to push the passed pawn, right? If you play king c3 here, you lose a vital tempo because you wanted to create the passed pawn. So it's better to play like Yugoslavian Berserker is playing. Okay, please go ahead, Yugoslavian. Aha. And now comes the beautiful move. You might have seen this in chess studies and so on. Very entertaining. We should not give them a chance to come back, no? So now the race is on. The race is on. Our e-pawn will run. And since they queen on a... Is that part of the explanation? No, probably not. Even if this was a B pawn, it would probably be lost for them. All right, I'll play something here. King B3. And as always, in this kind of endgame, we're looking for queen trades. If there is not a queen trade, well, then we would take the pawn, as Titan Chess was saying, no? And we could probably win. But if there is a queen trade, of course, that's nicer. So some people were saying other checks. I heard somebody else give another check. Who said that? Queen e4? Yeah, don't do queen e4. If anyone said this, I'm coming closer now and I can make a draw. So we should certainly give check on e2 instead, right? And I have to go to this square. And we finally, queen d3 instead of queen c4. Oh, you want to play queen d3 here? Yeah, we can forgive you about that. I guess you're just in time, right? Yeah, you're just in time if you do that. One tempo, no? Isn't it? Or it's two tempi? Anyone can tell me, is it one tempo or two tempi? That's a mouse flip, right? Or you're making fun of me? Yugoslavian. Else, yeah, well, let's be serious now. It's two tempi, right? It's two tempi, I think. Yeah, we win by two tempi. Even if it was black to move again, we would still win. Exactly. So yeah, fine, perfectly fine. Your solution, whoever said that. Can I defend for black? Queen 11 Slayer, exactly. Two tempi. Yeah. Who wanna play black here? I don't understand. Me. Sui wants to play black, but last time you had a big success, Sui. So all right, you wanna play black here after Queen E3, or earlier? I don't understand. Me, white, Razor, but you played already. Liu Coco with black. No, but yeah, let's wrap this up, guys. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, we're listening, Sui. Go for it. Sui has prepared some. But maybe Sui will trick Yugoslavian on this occasion. Let's see. All right, we're all ears. What did Sui find here? I'm curious about this. Some kind of sorcery. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand, Sui. This is probably some kind of misunderstanding because you have it's even worse. It's gonna be traded on A1 instead. Yeah, probably not working now. Anyway, yeah, no problem. Interesting that we came to touch upon this topic also about trading off the queens in the very end. Yeah. Okay, nice. So I guess, guys, we have basically finished this. Please notice that this is tough topic now. Tough topic. Even strong grandmasters can make mistakes here. King d4 is what anyone would play now. But looking a little further into the position, you will see that actually this pays off better to gain space like that, or what would you say? Like make the pawn race favorable to us by like slowing down their play or something. So, all right. I think that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot. I think we will have another class on this topic. I hope you don't mind. We'll do some more endgames. But later we will have other topics also. So thanks everyone who attended today. Thanks to USCS, Greg Sahadi. Thanks to chess.com, to Chessable, to Chess Dojo, and so on. Thanks. Bye-bye.